Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm back with another recap of Baddies East, episode 6. On to the next. So it starts off with DJ Sky going after Anam, and let's just say that was crazy. They went 2 rounds of fighting each other, or whatever the heck that was. And the security pulled them off of each other. They made, I think, DJ Sky go all the way to the end of the road or the driveway, and Automatic stayed close to where the girls was, and they were just like, "What the heck was that?" Then you got all the rest of the girls standing up by the house, and they just like, "Okay," it was like, "What is up?" So eventually, them two going back and forth at it was like crazy. Eventually, Sky went into the house, and Automatic was still ready to go for another round for her, like toe to toe. At this point, I think Rolly went inside too again and started talking. It was just like, whatever. Next thing you know, Scotty and T got into it because the whole situation when they were on the bus. And she was like, "You were yelling at me." Basically, T was just like, whatever. You don't like how I talk, whatever, just don't talk to me. And Scotty was like, "Listen, you were yelling at me. It's all about how you say things." So yeah, I get it. But when Rolly said her confession this season, Scotty's like on her ones and twos, like she ain't playing with y'all no more. Y'all thought she was this soft, timid girl, and nah, she about her business now. She about to start giving y'all what y'all asked for. Like y'all thought y'all were just gonna get the soft Scotty. Nah, I'm gonna give you a little bit of hard Scotty too at the same time. Keep playing with me. I'm gonna show you. So them two going back and forth at it, and I guess they were saying some words to each other. T called her. T called Scotty a freaking strawberry, and Scotty was through the roof like upset or whatever. Them two was going at it still. They walked over to where the Sprinter was, and they were still going at it. Next thing you know, it's just like whatever. I ain't got time for this. Scotty goes in the house. So now Anna's still riled up for wanting to fight DJ Sky again. So Rolly was like, she says we not going nowhere until you come outside for another rush. Yeah, whatever. So what part threw me was like, you see Rolly helping DJ Sky fix her hair and whatever into the bathroom. But I could have sworn just last season y'all was going toe to toe with each other on the reunion, talking about she looked like a jar of Alfredo, whatever. It's just like, what? Now she your best friend. Wasn't she just your op? But anyways, they fix each other up. She come outside putting the hat on. She's like, "Why you putting the hat on for?" Whatever. All you do is like to pull my hair and kick like that. And Rolly told like, you should kick her. Just kick her. And that's exactly what Sky did. She went outside with just kicking. Like, what the heck was that? Next, you know, they end up falling over and getting to the bushes, and yeah, you just guy can't fight. Like, you talk all this, but you ain't got nothing to back it up. Like, what? At least stand on your toes. Like, you gonna talk your smack, back it up with a little 1-2 punch, but you ain't even got that. You barely had a kick. Like, you was like a freaking horse that wasn't connecting. Like, just kicking just to kick. Like, what? I was like, yeah. Everybody was just like, what? Eventually, once they got out of the way, everybody was ready to get the feeling. So, Natalie was like, some of y'all is going on the bus and the others are going on the PJ. So me, Rolly, Scotty, and Mariah was going on the PJ, and the rest of them was on the bus. But some of them felt the certain type of way. But I understand y'all newbies, so it's like y'all gotta break it in. So they left. The girls get on the bus. Next, I think they didn't get nowhere about 10, 15 minutes. And they noticing that the bus is starting to smoke. And right where Smiley was laying, it was like something was there that caught on fire. Everybody thought it was her hair, but nah, she was good. So they had to get off the bus, wait for another one by the side of the road, and it's giving like hitching a ride home. Like Science said, like whatever. So eventually, they do get on another bus. Meanwhile, Krishan's back in LA. After she done went to the doctor and whatever, and she's basically just saying how she felt. She thought her and sister was gonna be kumbaya on the show, whatever, because family is family, and the family is everything. But she just feel like Tasiki didn't stand on her ones and twos about the whole situation and stuff like that. So she was like, she basically chose her side. Then also at this time, she thinks she's about 6 or 7 months pregnant, so she feels as if she don't need to be on the show anymore because her baby is what she's worried about. So she decides she leaves the show. So meanwhile, while the girls is on the PJ, they call Natalie. Marsh and Jan, and they were basically telling her like, listen, Krishan feel like she can feel the baby kick and stuff like that, so she's basically gonna take it easy. And Natalie was totally understanding because you shouldn't have been on the show anyway. You how many months pregnant and you still trying to do a show, whatever. Girl, sit your behind down somewhere. But anyway, so that was cool. And then meanwhile, as they was getting ready to get to the other house, Saya, she was like, she's feeling like down because I guess her grandma passed or whatever. So she hasn't been on the East Coast since then. So now that she's feel like all these old feelings are resurfacing, she wants to continue on with like getting her healing and her mental right. So she was like, I'm gonna just leave the show. So now she's left. So now we have Vicky, Krishan, and Saya left the show due to their own reasons, which, I mean, for the best. It's all for the best. So that was that. So meanwhile, they pull up to the Philly house. I think some of the girls picked their room because Natalie, Rolly, Scotty, and Mariah got there first. They got there literally in 30 minutes. So, yeah. So, meanwhile, other girls are having fun on the bus or whatever. So, now everybody eventually pulls up to the Philly house. Philly house looks amazing. That looked like the house that the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was filmed in. Just how immaculate, pretty that joint looked on the inside and outside. Like, oh my gosh, just giving those vibes. So, they get to the house. Natalie was like, listen, so we got the girls that are left and stuff like that. So now it's time for some replacements. Yes, time for some replacements. So there was like, listen, we got a fan favorite. Next it's Scarface. Welcome to the show. Let's see what this baddie got to offer. Everybody was kind of like excited about her coming, except for Tifa, the Tasiki, because you could see it all on her face. Come to find out, she also had beef for Krishan. It's just like, Krishan, why do you got so much beef for all these people? Like, what in the world? They really don't like you like that? Or they know how you get down. They just was like, let me see if I can press her buttons kind of situation. But anyway, so eventually Tifa was like, that ain't my business. Actually, maybe she's cool, whatever. So yeah, that was the episode for this week. Like, it kind of felt like it was more fighting than getting to the back or whatever. So it was like, it is what it is. So next week's episode, it shows that they go-kart racing. And T once again with her mouth, like, not for her voice is kind of annoying. So I could kind of see where, like, Scotty is, like, irritated by it. And then it's, like, everybody else is, too. So eventually they get to the go-kart place. And T is staring off when she says something to Rolly. And Rolly was just like, why are you looking at her like that? And she was like, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Rolly. Next thing you know, you hear Rolly say, Scarface, hit her in the face. And she go ham about her like, what in the world? You just got there already getting your hands cushioning by her face. Like, like that's one thing I could say Scotty wish she would have did to T when they was outside, because she basically let her slide. You let her talk all the smack and he was like, nah. But I think at one point T was like, she was kind of scared, because she was like, oh, you're gonna hit me, you're gonna hit me. Like, she really was like, she know how to push people's buttons to the point at which she was trying to knock her out, like, right then and there. But anyways, yeah, that's next week's episode. Y'all stay tuned. I got y'all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this recap. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.